The day before Hurricane Ian really hit my area, we had some pretty high winds from it, so I figured I would take the time to drag out my kiting wing, a 14-meter Ozone Roadrunner, and get some practice in. It was pretty blustery and switchy, but overall I think it was a lot of good practice. I don't do this kind of video very often, so if you enjoy it, please hit the like button, leave a comment. With enough wind, this is probably one of my favorite things to do. Basically a downwind kiting session by keeping the wing in the power band. You just modulate A's and C's, and then you can use the A's to point the nose of the glider, and doing this, walking with it, gives you the room you need to kite, but you don't have to pick up and carry anything. I always thought it was pretty convenient. It was pretty gusty, and the Roadrunner likes to overshoot quite a bit, so you'll see me going really deep quickly on the brakes. That's not something you do on most wings, but the Roadrunner, it's just like that. At least mine is. And I do get a little hop in here. 14-meter ground handling wing is airborne.
This wing is not for flight. Yeah. That makes sense. They make speed wings this size.
Again, with the downwind kiting, just means I don't have to pick up, rosette everything. And when I lay it back down again, it's ready to launch. Just convenient and a lot of fun. Good practice for wing energy management down in the power band. I've still got it in my head that I can get hops out of this thing, but right as I hit maximum running speed, I run out of wind. Doesn't quite work.
Didn't quite have the gust for that one.
And then I have it in my head that I'll try correcting by just running with no brake input. Of course, I run quite a bit and still don't really have it under control. Small wings with short lines, I mean, you don't really get a whole lot of, you don't get a lot of time to react. I've always found this Roadrunner to be harder to kite than my big wing because it's so small. It doesn't take a lot of energy to change what it's doing, so any gust of wind will affect it quickly and harshly. So it's really good practice to kite with this to nail down reaction times so that when you go to the larger wing, it's much more sedate. And you see me steering there with the A's in one hand, C's in the other, just kind of pointing the nose with the A's and downwind kiting it so I don't have to carry it. You'll see I make big corrections with the A's and C's early into the glider's tipping so that it doesn't get the chance to get too far into the turn and out of range of my corrections.
Here's some stiff wind.
Get a little bit of a front tuck there.
Ah, that was a collapse.
And for some reason I think I can still get a hop out of it. At this point the winds are switching around, but they're also dying off. So I figured I'd set it down, try to make a Cobra launch or two, and hand it off to Brian so I can try out my big wing. So this is Cobra attempt number 1.
Nope.
And number 2 did a little better with
Need a little more wind for that.
Once I realized I couldn't Cobra a 14-meter kiting wing, I brought out my normal 26-meter mojo.
Yeah, we'll count that. That's kind of Cobra-y. Just all of a sudden, not that kind of wind.
Same field, same day, just about 30 minutes later. I helped Brian out, made sure he was safe on the Roadrunner, and then left him to do his own thing while I got my big wing. It's much more sedate, and you realize that bigger wings have more momentum, but it takes longer to get there. So when they do go for changes in direction, it's slower and gentler, and you have more time to correct it. I also had enough of a wind to kite it upside down. This let me get a bunch of debris out of the wing.
Ah, nice and clean.
And right there the wind changed direction to about 40 degrees, so I'm heading towards Brian at this point, which you can see on the left. I'm going to do a right turn right here so that I miss him. Then I'll swing back into the wind to the left once I clear him. Steering on the ground like that is super useful for launching. And that's all I got for you. Let me know if you like this kind of content. Leave a comment down below. You can also tell me if you don't like this kind of content. I'll probably be heartbroken. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.